Hi, everybody. Welcome to the DJ interview sessions with Club Finn. I'm Stitcharoo and I found another DJ. Which DJ are you?
Hi, my name is Tsop. I'm one part of Daratomic Back-to-Back Tsop at Furality Somna, and I play Hardstyle.
We do like the hard style.
Oh yeah, like the harder kicks.
All kicks, no music, just kicks.
Exactly, it's all about the kicks and all about the bass.
So now that it's been a little bit of ways since the convention, what was it like? Like, tell us, how did it feel to get your sound out into Club Fin? What was that experience working with Froudy?
So because this is my second time playing at Club Fin, not my first, it did feel really humbling, but nowhere near as magical, I would say, as the first time. Whereas like the first time, it's like, holy crap, that's me on the stage. I made this set. I played the music in this set. Whereas this time around, it's like, okay, well, it still does have a lot of that magical element, but it's not as special as the first time, right? Because you're already accustomed to what to expect coming into this. So I
It's
would
all old
say,
hat.
right, it's you're used to it, so it's not too crazy, but it's still very cool to see everybody's reactions to the music and how they enjoyed it. And I get to bring something new to the table compared to last year, which I didn't really get that chance, right?
Walk us through that process. How did you put your stuff together?
So it begins with what kind of vibe I want to target. Like for the first half of the set, which I was mixing, Dar Atomic was mixing the second half. I wanted to target a very festival and grand vibe, whereas Dar Atomic would tackle the heavier stuff. So I focused on a lot of more melodic songs and songs that people recognize, like popular songs that people know. And I mixed them in on top of existing songs that I have in my DJ library to create something new, essentially, that people can relate to in a way. Like something fresh that they've never heard before, right?
Yeah, library curation is definitely one of the harder parts of DJing.
No kidding. It's really tough. We went through a lot of revisions to reach our final product, and I think it shows like the quality and effort that we put in because you can hear like just how seamless it goes from one song to the next, how each song harmonizes with the next, how the vibe changes over time, how the energy goes up and down to match the crowd, give them a little break or keep them going.
Around how long do you think? How many hours did it take to put everything together?
Uh, it's hard to say an exact hour count of how long it took exactly, but I
Yeah,
would
just an
say
estimate.
right. It took around like 3 months continuous working on the set audio only to get it to a state that we were both happy with because the both of us had a lot of clashing ideas about what song to put in what place and how to uh, move from one song to the next song because Dar Atomic wanted to have one idea for one song and I had a completely different idea. So we had to essentially meet in a middle ground, right? In order for us both to be happy with the end result.
Yeah, the collaboration's really important. You have to be very communicative with your partner and stuff like that when you're doing back to backs.
Oh yeah, it was like endless nights sitting in Discord voice calls, just making sure everything was perfect and the way we liked it.
Well, I think it should be boom boom bop, but they think it should be bop bop ba 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 dow.
Exactly.
Oh man! And then when you got the visuals together, what was the both of your ideas for visuals throughout the set?
Oh, okay. So we both were very much on the same page with how we wanted to do visuals. So like there were a lot of aspects of us dancing on screen. And then Dar Atomic had the idea for the Minecraft visuals at one part of his song, uh, where essentially like it's just his Minecraft character and my Minecraft character. We're both goofing around in a Minecraft world. And we compiled that visual package. That was really fun to record. Like we had a lot of fun recording that. And our AV VJ had a lot of fun compiling it all together. And then also our AV VJ had a lot of ideas, and they helped us compile all of that together. They would get us into VR chat worlds and uh, tell us to do certain actions in order to convey it on a screen. And that translated over to the club really well. Like it turned out awesome, in my opinion.
Nice. Yeah, it totally was. And then tell us how what it was like seeing it all come together, like with the lighting from the AV team, the visuals, the stage animations. Like, what was that feeling like seeing that all come together?
Oh man, it was breathtaking to say the least. It's one thing to be behind the scenes of working with everything and seeing all the little bits and pieces, but it's another to see it all come together in one grand show for a whole hour where you're seeing all the lights harmonizing to the music you've mixed, people reacting to the music you've mixed, and then also the visuals that come along with the lights. And then also the screens would sometimes change mapping forms in order to match the visuals that we created. And that was awesome to see, taking full advantage of the stage in every aspect to be able to convey our message to an audience, right?
Artisanally made DJ to table.
Exactly, yeah.
So with the back to back, what hardware did the both of you use to create, and what software did you use to create this experience?
So the both of us are actually pretty much on the same page. We both use Pioneer DDJ Flex 4s, and we both use Rekordbox, and that made it really easy to translate our mixes over to one another. And then also to consolidate mixing, like to essentially mash our two mixes together because it's two halves, right? I used a software called Ableton Live, and that let me get very precise with the timings in order to make sure that the transition from one DJ to the next was seamless in our back to back.
I usually use needle and thread
Fair enough. I've
and
heard of
stitch
some
them together.
DJs. Yeah, like one. I've heard of some DJs just sending one mix and then having the other DJ record over that mix and then mix in their elements in their DJ software.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to do it. So hearing how each like group approaches it's really cool. I've also heard of people using like Audacity for a lot of like smash cuts and stuff like that as well. But yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's super cool. So Tsop, tell us a little bit about your personal journey. Like, how did you get into to enjoying weird music in weird ways, then sharing it with all of us?
So for a while, ever since I was a little kid, I've always been intrigued by music festivals and how grand the scale and production of them is. And I
What are
thought,
some of
what
your
if I
favorites?
could uh, one of my favorites are like Tomorrowland, the 2018 stage with the aliens, uh, DEF CON, for example, the biggest hardstyle event in the world, Climax, which had recently just concluded. There's also a lot more niche festivals like Supremacy, which is in the Netherlands. That's like a more heavy bass focused event on the vicious side of hardstyle, right? And then there's a lot of events in the US as well. There's like Ultra Music Festival. What's the other one in Las Vegas? I think it's called. I
There's
forgot
like
what it's
there's
called.
several EDM festivals, yeah.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of eating festivals, that I took after, especially, the ones in Europe because, I feel that the Europeans tend to put on awesome shows with, lots of pyrotechnics, lots of lighting, and,
Yeah, one burned down this this
oh, yeah!
this summer, right? I think that was
Right, yeah,
Tomorrowland.
and they scrambled to put together a new stage, and, like, that must have been a logistical nightmare, but they pulled it
Oh
together
man,
and still put on a
I think it was
show.
like I think it was Nine Inch Nails, or there was another like large act that had their own equipment, and then they were all like, "Screw it, we got this," and they flew that equipment in for the whole festival to use.
It was
But
Metallica.
apologies, there was Metallica. Yeah, you are right. Yeah. They're everything I hear about Metallica, like as a group, they seem pretty cool. But you were saying you were inspired by the festivals that you went to as a kid.
Right. So those music festivals, I see the DJs playing up there. I'm like, what if I could be one to do that? And well, I had always taken interest, but I wasn't sure if it was the right step for me. But I finally decided to take that step when I was hanging out with some friends at a room party at a furry con, and I had seen a Loprov DJing behind the decks, and I was like, oh, this looks really fun. And so
Those filthy
when I got
furries.
back to exactly. When I got back to my hotel room that night, I impulse ordered the Flex 4 controller, and that's still the same one I use to this day. And I just started
Nice.
downloading songs, playing with transitions. I looked at DJ sets and dissected how they'd made their transitions and why they do what they do, and it all made sense to me as I started to compile my library and build my set list from there. And it kind of just went
Very
on. I
cool.
started building my craft, honing my skills, and well, now I'm here today.
And now you're DJing Furality.
Yeah, it's very humbling. I'm very honored.
We're so glad to have you. The set was super cool. Speaking of doing stuff, what does the future of TSOP look like? Do you have gigs throughout this year or are you taking a break?
Oh, yes. I've been rather light on the gigs because I want to focus on honing my skills, but I do have some gigs for the end of the year planned. I do have I believe, a birthday set coming up for myself where I'm experimenting with new genres like tech house and Latin house,
Oh,
and also a
snap. Tech
huge.
house.
Oh, yeah. And then I also have a huge back-to-back planned at the end of the year. I can't really unveil details on that just yet, but I will drop more details on that soon. And then, coming into 2026, I have plans to tackle IRL cons like AnthroCon or AFC, right? Or sorry, it should be
Nice.
AFC now because they changed their name.
We did change the name, yeah. That's super cool. That is super cool. And do you have a place that you post your mixes, social media or somewhere, like a Mixcloud or SoundCloud or somewhere? Where can we find
Ooh,
TSOP?
yes. So I have a lot of my mixes mainly go on Mixcloud. I need to be better about uploading them. I don't really upload sets that often because I don't really deem them worthy of being archived. But whatever I don't upload to Mixcloud goes on my YouTube channel at tsopvr, and then I post updates about my sets in general where I'm performing on twitter.com or X.
Nobody says X.
Nobody. I also post on Blue Sky as an alternative if people prefer not to use X, right?
And that's how you do it.
Exactly. That's where you can find me.
Nice. And lastly, something I like to ask every DJ, and I asked you last time you were at Virality. What is a piece of advice that you could give to a brand new DJ? Somebody who saw your set and was like, "Oh wow, that's cool, but I have no idea how to get started." What's a piece of advice that you could give to them?
The best piece of advice I can really give is to just try it for yourself. It doesn't hurt to try. There is really no permanent commitment. If it ends up not working out for you, you can just drop it. But if you end up liking it, then you found yourself a new hobby that you enjoy, right?
It's like VR chat. It's a very expensive hobby.
It does get really expensive. Licensing all the music properly.
Oh my god.
Don't
What, you
use
don't just
YG
download off of
MP3.
YouTube?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Get that audio crunched MP3?
Oh, jeez. If you play that on a big sound system, the crowd is going to hear it big time.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come talk to us, T-Sob. Always a pleasure. And
Yeah.
we hope
Thank you
to
for
see
having
you
me.
maybe next time around. We'll check y'all's later, everybody.